We're going to do the 4 nasals today, the 4 nasikas. And this means the resonance of each one is at the top of the nostrils there, as opposed to through the mouth, what we've done with the other consonants. So we've had our places of articulation. We've had the guttural with the R, palatal with the E, cerebral, tongue, tip of the tongue goes to the roof of the mouth, and behind the top dentures is the L. Again, the tongue doesn't touch on either of those. And it's the 4 nasikas there, but we sound them as is. Not easy at all. It takes a bit of practice, and I still need more practice on these, but you get a feel of it when you do it yourself. It's not just listening to me. The knowledge arises when you practice yourself. So you see, here is the guttural, but the resonance is up here. That comes in the seed sounds of the chakras, so you'll be familiar with that later on. Palatal, I always think it's rather like a forked tongue or a tuning fork to remind me it's palatal. Yeah. Here we have the cerebral, where it goes to the roof of the mouth. And then the gentle after. And you will know you've got the right resonance because it will be felt here. Hence, as I say, they're called nasals, quite obvious. So an Eta memoir is the sutra from the Mahesvara Sutras, which talks about the tanmatras. And these are the essences of the elements. Again, we follow this rule of 5, and so hence a labial is in there, as it is one of the 5 and can't be missed out. But we are only focusing on the 4 nasikas. Palatal, and a guttural, cerebral, dental, and there's a m on the end. So when you sound this sutra, it goes and again, you get that rolling of the energy in there, and you do sense the difference between the nasikas. So it is very helpful, I found over the years. And again, it is about the rule of 5 that we can build on at a later date. We've also done the vowels to start with and also the consonants, and we've put them together. So the nasikas are consonants as well. And we're just going to take the simple one to start with, is the dental no. And we've had this long and the short e, ooh, have we done that? So just as an example here, we got so again, it's practice. Then it becomes more familiar and easier. And then when you see a piece of Sanskrit text, you will be able to pick out these. So it's padum, step by step, putting these bits of the jigsaw together and enjoying the process. Here's some useful words you might have heard about. Nari, it's a long R and a long R. Nari, lady, as opposed to a man. Nara. Notice it's got the visaga on the end. You've heard nadi, about the nadis. And namaste. So again, looking at the words you know and piecing together the Sanskrit is an ideal way to go forward. But we do have to learn the alphabet. There's no 2 ways about that. And so just to go back to the alphabet, the 16 machka, the swaras, up here is the vowels, and then here are the consonants. And when we do the consonants, they run like that across. This is how to remember the alphabet. And so when we did the consonants first time, we didn't have the nasals down here, which come at the end of each asya. So it's just to make it clearer. It's ka, ka, ga, ga, cha, cha, ja, 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 ta, ta, da, da, na, ta, ta, da, da, na, pa, pa, ba, ba, ma. And then we go on to the semi-vowels. So we're actually getting very near the end of the alphabet now. But it does take practice. And this is a useful way of practicing and learning the consonants by sounding them one after the other. And then you've got the 5 asyas as you go through them. I did want to take some of the other words, because although the n is the most popular, we have not here, just a n on its end. Now, sahanau wawatu, we have that. But when the n come into a piece of text as such, often the or any of the vowels is missing. And so you hear mantra. See, there's no there. Mantra. Punya, meaning virtuous. Punya. See, there's no downstroke there. We can see that puna again. That's quite straightforward. But here we got pancha, pancha, meaning 5. A pancha. And the famous word is jnana, jnana. You need to know this because this is knowledge of the self. And this comes up an awful lot. It's a beautiful jnana. Again, remembering that up in the back of the nostrils there, jnana. And of course we know about prana. But remember when you say prana in future, it is a cerebral na. So you take the tongue up there, prana. Again, Sanskrit does what it says. That's why we need to be precise with it. Pani, pani means palm. And pingala, 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 pingala. Again, in the Shushumna, the ida pingala. But this just shows you how they appear in the text often without the downstroke. It's not to add confusion, but it is to build on your knowledge. And so it's best to say at the beginning so you can keep an eye out for these things that you would spot, as in prana, that's got the downstroke here, but that is still the n up there on its own when it's lost its downstroke. Things will appear and you can question. As I say, I'm always available through emails, and I do enjoy the challenge of trying to explain things more clearly. I try to keep it as simple as I can. I just pick out the main bits and present them. And then we can look in more detail at a later point. So I hope I haven't overwhelmed you with the nasikas. But again, they're very special. They're the tanmatras, the essences. So you'll see that in the handout, and that'll give a little bit more flavor about them. So keep practicing and enjoy.